He cheated out whole 5-year relationship and I feel like I've been living a lie. My BF has been cheating our entire 5-year relationship. So as the title says, I found out everything has been a lie. My 27F, BF, 36M, has been unfaithful physically in our relationship. We got together when I was 22 right before the pandemic, things seemed great, I didn't suspect anything. He ended up losing his job during the pandemic and I helped support him and his children while he got back on his feet. During this time my mother had a stroke and passed away, leaving me with no parents. About a year and a half ago I had a feeling I needed to look through his phone, so I did, and I found he was talking to many women sexually. This took a turn where him and I both did deep dives on each other's phones and downloaded Snapchat data. Ultimately I saw he was talking to women, but I didn't look at the data thoroughly because I was already so upset. We talked about it and everything seemed fine after. In December 2022 he acted weird, so I went through his phone again and found that he was contacting someone he shouldn't have been, and again we talked it though, and I thought it was something we could move past. I know I'll get a lot of comments asking why I didn't just leave at that point, and it's easy to say as someone on the outside looking in, but I love him. Since then I've been very insecure in our relationship and very hurt. I had decided to forgive him because I love him and wanted to be with him. Well, last night I came across the Snapchat data. I thought it was deleted, but it was saved in another file, and for whatever reason I deep dove. Well, come to find out he physically cheated on me the entirety of our relationship 2019 to 2022, the data was pulled last year, so I don't know about now. I have asked him so many times to just be honest with me if he had been sexual with anyone else, and he always swore he hadn't had sex with anyone else. I'm so unbelievably hurt right now. I haven't even mentioned it to him because I don't want to come from a place of emotion and hurt when I decide to address it. I started getting yeast infections and I remember him accusing me of cheating, but after looking at the timeline I was experiencing infections around the times he met up with these hookups. I've never cheated on him. Even now with the pain I feel, I still don't want to cheat on him. I feel so stupid because I trusted him when he said he wasn't physical. I thought he just had a porn addiction. What makes it worse is I love his son more than anything. He's literally my entire world. I don't want a life without him. I've researched some things today and have come to the conclusion he has narcissistic personality disorder. I'm still in love with him. When we're together he does make me happy and I genuinely don't want to leave, but I don't know how to move forward. The messages I read were disgusting and I'm going to get tested. I wish I could erase this from my brain, but now I know the truth and I will have to address it and act on it. I don't know who to turn to or talk to right now. I don't have much family and his family has become mine, but I don't want to involve them. I feel so alone right now and broken. I know I have a trauma bond with him now and that this isn't okay or healthy, but I don't have the strength to do anything right now. I'm just laying here trying to figure out how I could be so stupid. Comment. Put your emotions away and leave them there until you are ready to let them go. Be angry that he's a liar and a cheater who doesn't care about what he's done to you. Love only goes so far and won't keep this relationship afloat. Get tested and get checked out to make sure that everything is okay. Staying with him because of his son is wrong, and it won't help you or save this relationship. Hold him accountable for his actions and tell him to leave, or you leave until you decide what you want to do. He's lying and cheating and manipulating the situation, and he is also controlling the situation. Call him out and call his bluff and tell him to leave. Please stand up. He cheated on you as you took care of his children. The anger and despair you feel towards yourself should be directed at him. You were also very young and inexperienced. Please go see an attorney and fight for yourself. I know you are in pain right now, but he has taken enough. Do not let him take any more. Start making your getaway. Good luck. It's worse when I literally don't want to leave, like I fully understand how fucked up it is and I still just don't want to. I have no one. I don't want to be alone. I love him and I just want to be with him. I don't know what to do. Next story 2. How to support my friend whose husband cheated and left. My friend was married for around 15 years and with her husband for about 17 years total. He basically found another person, cheated for about 3 months and eventually left her. They're now Facebook official and it's quite clear their marriage is well and truly over. It was quite the shock, because there were no obvious hints of a broken marriage, but clearly something was going on. So my friend is in that stage of denial. Every conversation we have is her making up hypothetical scenarios where this new relationship goes horribly wrong and he comes crawling back with apologies in tow. Or she keeps obsessing about how she'll get so much child support / money from him he won't be able to afford to see his new woman, and they'll break up as a result. I'm sad to say they both weaponized their child in this, too. He has shown her screenshots of the arguments between him and my friend, and she keeps dangling the threat of this is my child and you won't see her in front of him. I understand her frustration and upset, but it's not a healthy thing to have pinging around your head all day. Secondly, she's having an identity crisis. She's dropped her Christian faith overnight and taken up tarot. Nothing wrong with this, it's her business, but it's got hyperfixation written all over it, and she's actually listening to the cards like it said that his relationship will go wrong. I just don't know what to say to her anymore. I have been the shoulder to cry on, invited her round for pizza, wine, and venting. I've listened, so many phone calls where I just listen for an hour and don't even get a how are you for about 2 months now. I've been the voice of reason, trying to help her to focus on herself and her daughter, but this new woman lives in her head rent-free to the point of obsession. I can physically see her spiraling. She's flopping between binge eating and not eating at all. She's planning on going goth and dyeing her hair black and changing her entire wardrobe, interests, and hobbies. Not to mention that there has been a non-stop stream of men in her bed and her DMs, people she has history with or people who used to want her until she got married, etc. So not healthy relationships, just old dregs she latched onto. Nothing wrong with reinventing, but I am worried about her. What can I do to support her? Let her experiment and live her life without me poking my nose in, but ultimately not let her spiral out of control. Comment. If at all possible, go stay with her, keep her distracted. Also tell her she can't keep the kids from him. What she can do is keep the new GF. So she can have it written in the custody agreement that neither are allowed to introduce the children to a new partner until in a serious relationship for over a year. And the cheating for 3 months doesn't count. Also tell her she deserves more than to take back a guy that left her. Just let her scream, cry, laugh, shout, whatever. Honestly, not much you can do. She will think and do what she wants. I would say be her emotional support and maybe moral compass. Don't lie to her when she asks for advice, and let her know if she wants her kid to not someday hate her to not use the kid as a weapon. If you think she is spiraling out of control, get her family involved or have an intervention. Maybe suggest therapy. But at the end of the day, you can't control her. And what you are seeing now in her behavior might be part of the reason why the husband was looking for someone new. So do be careful a bit in case she starts blaming you in some way. This isn't a whole awooga red flag zoomer take. This is an I've experienced it in life take. I've been around long enough, perhaps longer than you. I'm offering advice to people so they can avoid and be aware of mistakes or experiences I've had in life so they can handle things potentially better than I did. Did I say she would behave bad? No, I said be careful a bit, aka don't let yourself be caught off guard. When people get given advice, they might react in anger, or if they follow advice and it goes wrong, blame the one whose advice they listened to. Look at yourself. I'm giving you genuine advice, which is what you requested with this post. And instead taking the advice or leaving it, you feel a need to defend your friend that she isn't the type to get like that. Great, but I never claimed she would, nor did I come here to accuse her of being a bad person. People are complex, sure, but maybe realize that if you ask advice online you will get parts of the advice you don't agree with. I don't know your friend, I only know the scenario. I give advice based on that. If you only want advice that tells you what you already know, then don't ask for advice. If you genuinely want advice, then understand not all advice will be good or perfect for your situation. Take what you like, leave what you don't. If you truly believe people are complex, then remember that strangers that haven't been part of your friendship for the last 30 years can't understand the complexity of said friendship and can only comment on what was shared in the post and their own life experiences. Then you didn't read. The first part was advice on what you could do to help her. The second part was advice on being careful getting too involved and being blamed. I get it, you don't like what I have to say, and that's fair, I won't get involved. But maybe, just maybe, stop being offended at advice given just because a small part mentioned her behavior might be partially to blame. Not saying it was, just saying it was a possibility. You don't want advice from me because you ignored the advice about me saying be honest to her when giving advice, or be her emotional support, since doing too much won't help. This is a situation in which all you have to do is be there for them. And you take that as an attack on your friend because you can't read past literally one sentence that said your friend might not be a saint. Good luck, don't even reply to this. You don't want sincere advice, then don't ask for it. Cause all you do is create unnecessary and useless drama. Thank you for being such a good friend, Dinky D. Darrow. But I think that every disaster 7018 is right. You can't save her from herself. But you're still being a good friend. And in the end, no matter how it ends, that means something. Who knows, maybe you'll there at the right moment, when she's ready, when you can make a difference. Somebody called me back from a bad place and I'll be ever grateful. I hope that your friend finds her way too.